Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom channel with B. Lee and A. Johnny. We have a special GOAT James Kingdom quick takes as we just found out and it's been confirmed Joel Embiid actually did tear his meniscus. They're planning on doing some surgery on him. He's more than likely going to be out for the year. And with that being said, the vacancy for MVP is wide open in today's NBA. So today's quick topic is going to be about who will be the MVP front runner now that Joel Embiid is gone. So Brandon, that's a tragic thing. You and I both, love Joel Embiid. We think he's basically the most skilled player we've ever seen, especially the most skilled big
Big
man we've
man.
ever seen. Yeah,
Most dominant big man. Just more
yeah,
dominant than Shaq, it seems like.
yeah. And he was headed to what, his third straight MVP, right?
No, it's second.
His second MVP. Yeah,
Second.
back to back. Yeah,
Yeah.
back to back
Jokic won
MVPs.
the other two.
Yeah,
Jokic
the
is
other two.
probably number one now. Because he's having a better year than he had last year.
Yeah, but I don't think he. I mean, I didn't think he was the MVP last year. I know they gave it to him, but I mean,
No,
I
Embiid got the MVP last year.
no, I'm talking about the year before last when he
The
did
year
win it.
prior.
Yeah, I don't think he was the
Um,
MVP then, and they gave it to him then. Last year he was actually good. You're right. I'm confusing the
yeah,
two.
last year was pretty good. Embiid should have won back-to-back MVPs in the first place. He should have won it the year prior
Yeah.
and last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they gave it to Jokic because his advanced stats basically
All
his
right.
advanced stats is off the charts because he does everything for his team.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they are a half a game back from the first seed in the West, but they are right now the
Yeah,
fourth seed. I mean, I don't know, man. Is it too early to crown someone like SGA for
yeah, it's too early.
MVP? As great as he's averaging 31
And
points per game.
he's probably second to Jokic. They're probably 1 and 2.
Yeah,
I'm
because
pretty sure they're 1 and 2.
he's averaging 31 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 2 steals, almost a block per game, shooting 55% from the field,
Hmm. And
and
they're
third.
top three in the West, right?
They're number one in the West right now. They're the number
Or
one
they're
seed
number
in the
one in the
West.
West. Oh,
They're
they're
number
number one in
one
the West. Okay.
right now, as of today. They're only a half a game up. They are actually tied with Minnesota at 34 and
Hmm.
15. Then the Clippers is 32 and 15, and then the Nuggets are 34 and 16.
Man, and the Lakers like what 20 and 23 and 24 or something like that.
25. The Lakers are 25 and 25. They're 9.5 games out
Mhm.
of first place, but they're
Terrible.
in the ninth seed. They're only 2 games out of the eighth seed, and they're basically a game away from being the 11th or 12th seed and being knocked out of the play-in. So that's not all right. So what about Boston? Because can we say Giannis or Jason Tatum would have MVP?
I don't think they're going to win it over Jokic or SGA. I don't think they will put them over it, especially Giannis. They're probably not going to give him any more MVPs.
Okay. Now Joker's averaging 26, 12, 9 on 59% shooting, 36 from three-point land. Jesus,
Yeah, he's
this
having
guy.
a better year than his MVP years. And Joel
Yeah,
Embiid's PR is like off the charts.
off the charts. Yeah. But okay, let's. How about this? Let's do a dark horse because everybody seems to love this guy. He seems to show. He showed himself out this year. His name is Jalen Brunson. What do you think about Jalen Brunson?
For what? MVP?
Yeah, MVP candidate. Everybody's saying
That,
since the Knicks are
that's not
balling.
gonna that's definitely not gonna happen.
Oh my gosh.
He
So
have to have a year like Rose where they're like the best record in the league. That's the only way.
well, as of right
That's
now,
the only way.
the way they're playing, they're getting up there
I
too.
think they got like the seventh best record in the league, but he has to literally have the best record in the league to even have a chance to be MVP. There's no way they're gonna get Jalen Brunson MVP.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. But
I mean, like
the
we have to see if he could be first team all NBA. That's the thing. Is he one of the top two guards in the league?
um no
SGA, Luca,
no
they're
he's
going to be
not.
1 and 2.
Yeah, but
So he's not.
the winning is the winning part. The winning part. The
Yeah,
winning
I
part is the
don't.
most part. Apologize about that. The winning part. The winning part is the most important part. That's the thing. But again, right now, like you said, it would have to be Joker because that's the most comfortable, right, favorite. But man, the way SGA is playing and how he has that team playing, from what we know the MVP should be, it should be someone like SGA right now. Even though I don't, like you said, it's too early. People don't feel comfortable handing it to him, but man, he's balling. SGA is balling.
I mean, Luca has to be like third, but his team record is just not going to put him in the MVP race. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what always hurts Luca is that they're not. Yeah, they're not really in the race. They're the eighth seed right now. I don't know who was the MVP to win. I know Kareem won an MVP not making the playoffs, but that was during the '70s. We know Westbrook made the MVP. I think being the sixth seed or the fifth seed one year. But
I
usually
think
you
he
have
was yeah, he was kind of low. He was like the sixth seed.
yeah. He definitely wasn't in the top four. So I mean, usually you have to be productive as far as what you do on the court, but it has to also relate to your
I
team
mean, you have
being
to have
winning.
like a all-time best season to be MVP as a lower seed.
Yeah,
Like, there's only way. Like, what Westbrook was a first triple double since Oscar Robertson.
exactly.
So
He had a
that was
historic
the only
season.
way he
Yeah,
was. Yeah, he had a
yeah,
historic season. Like, Luca is having a great season, but he has to be historic. He has to average like a 35. I don't even think a 35-point triple double would do. He has to average like 40 points a game to actually be MVP as a six seed, seven seed.
yeah. So I'm gonna say SGA is it right now because you know me, I like to be the guy that take the thorn out of everybody's. I like to blow everybody's theories up because you know I mean just give it to Joker just because it's Joker. But again, he is playing great.
I mean,
I
he's
just
playing amazing.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, like I said, it's hard. The West is tough. It's definitely an open door though. Right now, it's an open door. If
Yeah.
anybody wants to
Well,
step
well,
up, they
to
can.
be honest, it should be SGA. They gave Steve Nash those awards for the same reason. He turned that team around. OKC didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Yeah, they were in the play-in, and this year they're the number one seed so far, and they're
Yeah,
not
they didn't
going
make the
nowhere.
playoffs. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they're
mean, they're
not going
good.
nowhere. Yeah, no, they're a very good team. They're a very good team.
I
So
mean, the only team that can't beat is the Lakers because it's a bad mismatch.
we got to see what the Lakers do tonight. But the game is on as we speak.
I mean, it depends on how hard the Lakers want to play. They play when they feel like it.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So, with Embiid being injured like this, let's just say he misses the season. You know, God forbid that's what happens. What happens for the rest of his career? Is this it for Embiid? Can we say that we can't expect anything more from him as
I
far
mean,
as playing
it's the same thing every year.
injuries? Right?
If it's not
Yeah,
in the regular season, it's the playoffs. He cannot finish a full season. He just cannot.
that's sad because you know they always make fun of him because he's always on the floor. Right? He's always falling. And it just seems, man, like the talent. He's just wow. His talent is incredible. And for somebody who just started playing basketball when he was like what in his teens, like 13, 14,
Hmm.
12 years
Yeah.
old, you know. So yeah, man,
I
it's
mean,
sad.
yeah,
He was headed to
it,
an historic season. It was going to be an historic season for him. It really was.
yeah. Like, I can understand, like, it was like the '90s where they could just take their time coming up the floor. He's so fast paced. It's so fast paced nowadays that injuries are just coming to everyone because how the playing style is. They're not taking their time coming up the court, 10 to
Yeah.
15 less possessions. They're playing a lot of hard. People just don't understand that. They just don't understand how difficult it is for athletes to play at a fast pace all the time. They
Mm-hmm.
just don't understand it.
No, they
They
don't,
just don't.
and they don't get how fast these guys are and
Yeah,
how athletic these players are. They really don't get it. They really just think it's just because you're not scoring 20 points per game, you're not fast or you're not athletic or
yeah,
you're not an athlete. These are professional athletes that are mind you, a lot of these guys are working to get a contract just to keep themselves on a roster. So a lot of these guys have to work out, have to stay in shape, have to do the things that they have to do. Um, so
I
yeah, I mean
mean,
it's a grueling league. It's definitely
I
grueling.
mean, like, they didn't even work out during the season, like after, like in the off season in the '80s and '90s. Most of them didn't even work out,
Yeah, no, they did it. Most of
and
them.
they played at a slower pace. Like, it was a lot easier. I know Stephen A. Smith was complaining about like this and that, how players are not playing enough. Um, they need to stop sitting out. But what stars are not playing at least 65 games? The injured ones, Kawhi, Embiid. I
Yeah,
mean,
guys.
LeBron and KD being injured. Like, who's not playing at least 65 games a year?
And mind
Like,
you, right?
who are these players?
They praising players. They're knocking players for not playing the games, but the players who do play a lot of games, like Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle, Trey Young, they discredit those guys. They don't give those
They don't
guys
even
no
care
love.
about
No
them.
no
Yeah,
no.
they,
Yeah,
they
yeah. None of them. Those guys
it's
play
ridiculous.
70 games. Those guys play 70
Yeah.
games a year. Nobody ever gives them praise for none of that at
Like
all.
if they play 90% of the season, that's what 74 games. Do people praise players to play at least 74 games a year? Like they talk about LeBron James always low managed, but he played 90% of the year, like what 15, 16 times. Jordan did it
Yes.
like 11 times.
Yeah.
But we want
Yeah.
to praise Jordan for those 9 years that he played 82 games. But what about the other season? What about the years he took off at a time?
Exactly, and not being available. LeBron was more
Yeah.
available for his team than Jordan was. So availability is the best ability, like Ralph would say. And we're definitely going to have a discussion about that this Sunday. So you guys check us out Sunday noon, as we will have a
Mhm.
conversation regarding the 65 game minimum for major awards in the NBA. Being that Embiid is out of it now, and we get to talk about that. And we're going to have a great show Sunday.
Mhm.
So catch us then. But yeah, man, Embiid, man. Rest up and get better, and hopefully we see you sooner than later, my friend. So,
All right then. All
all
right, we
right,
out.
brother. All right, man. This is Goat James Kingdom. I am A Johnny. That's B Lee. We'll catch you guys Sunday. This is the Goat James Kingdom Quick Takes. Peace and blessings, y'all.